I was just no. You can actually go. And I was just gonna say that I'm actually deep in it. Like, I actually do think toxic mothers have a more detrimental effect. Okay, let's not say that. But I do think that I am gonna say that.
Say
I
it.
actually do feel like it has more detrimental effect than absent fathers. That's all I had to say. I'm just deep in it now. Like, as
But
the
why
discussions
then? Why would you say that?
It's
going
crazy
on,
because like I'm gonna
because mums are put on a pedestal. But yeah, go on.
Paris's mum and
So
my
when they're
mum.
toxic, it's toxic.
digs a bit
Whereas
more.
when it's like a dad, it's like I don't have my dad around, and it's like, oh well.
Okay.
But do you know what I mean? But if I didn't have my mum around, well, when I didn't have my mum around for a long time, so it was like that was deep. Do you get what I mean? But when I didn't have my dad around, it's like obviously you grow up doing that, and then when you grow up, you realize certain traits and behaviors that you do. It stems from the fact that you didn't have a dad around. Do you get what I mean? And certain things that you allow to happen in your life, you kind of like evaluate yourself, and you're like, all right, cool. I guess that if I had him to teach me that growing up, so I guess that when you grow up, it's not just but at the same time, to me right now, it is like
Because you're older.
it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it only really hit me like when I was in college. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is deep. I never used to think about dads. Do you get what I mean? I remember when my friends, even to this day, my friends will be like, oh, I'm going to see my dad. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about dads. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, when they're like dads, I'm like, oh my days, dads. I forgot that dads, like, going to dads is a thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It's true, I'm going to my dad's. No, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? But, so I guess, yeah, when I was in college, that's when I really deep that. Oh my days, like, dads.
So
But after that, it's like...
in terms of like salvation was and being a Christian, like how would you say as females? Because
I feel like I looked to God to be my dad.
There's this new book that I'm reading, and it's saying there's a higher percentage of women that are more disciplined. Even in the church, I go to church, are more disciplined in church. There's just a bunch of statistics where women do a lot. Even in our church, there are a lot of women there, and I simply think that's because females. Not saying that, because I don't want to say they long for it, because not every female doesn't have a dad, but it's like in a way of they're more emotional, and they're it's easier for them to understand. A father is.
I feel like even just having a man figure, like not even just father. I feel like females go there for like the father figure aspect, and even just a man. Because look at it, I'm not even trying to be funny, but let's be real. Bare girls, when they break up, they end up in church, but then when you have a man again, you're not in church anymore. So I feel like it's like that man substitute. It's like that whole idea of like a comforter, someone that can protect and provide. Do you get what I mean? I feel like in society, bare times, like even memes are made about it. Like when girls break up with their boyfriend, you're in church. Even like I remember one time I told a boy I went to church, and he was like, oh, who broke your heart? And I was like, what? Do you get what I mean? I said, what? That happened to me a few times. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I've been going church. You know what I mean? No one had to break my heart. But I'm not gonna lie, I do see it. I actually do see it. And then like girls will get a boyfriend, and it's like, you're not in church anymore. And I just feel like it's that whole sense of having a
it's comforter.
Yeah, like that kind of, I don't know how to describe it.
No, I
feel like that's what it stems from, deep down.
I think because we're emotional, where we can lay our hearts on our sleeve a little bit more easier than a male. I feel like so, like even like lifting your hands up in praise, like you're more likely to see a woman do it quicker than a male. 100%. But I see, like I fully hear where you're coming from, and I feel that that's true. But that's not my outlook on it actually. So it's different that we have that kind of thing.
It took me 2009 to realise, I could do that when I'm worshipping. Didn't do it. It felt too weird for me, and even like the whole concept of calling God Father and all that, and actually sometimes you could just say something but not really mean it. I would just say it, just to make it easier. For a long time it was just like, God, you're God. But when something went wrong or I needed help in an area, I want to go to him, because for a long time it's like if there's a problem with something, I deal with it myself.
Do you get what I mean? It's like submitting. It's like I feel like men are prideful in submitting themselves 100%. To like a male figure kind of thing. God's not a male figure, but do you get what I mean? Because we call him he.
Yeah. And
I feel like it's exactly the same. That's exactly the same for females.
In the Bible, it's there's a scripture where it says, lead your children in the right way, and they'll never depart from it. So in terms of like bringing them up in the word of God, it's like realistically, I would say a mother can do that, but a father would let his son know why you need to do that. Like a father that's deep rooted in his word of God, like in the word of God, he'll be able to say, this is why you need to be following.
And I agree.
So
I
what
feel
would
like
you say to...
I agree. Because I feel like that would work more. Because as a little boy, you would see someone older than you submitting to like a male kind of... You need to stop saying male, but it's he figure. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree with your point. It's true. It's because you would actually see someone. Whereas if your mum's saying, yeah, you got to do this, it's like, it's a female.
It's like a female thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Religion for a long time. Religion was
a female thing to kind of submit to a man. Let's just be real. Do you get what I mean? Whereas to see another man submit to a male kind of being, it would be like weird. Whereas if your dad was to teach you that, I feel like it would home in more than if your mum.
100%.
So I actually agree with that. Makes sense.
Big facts.
But what would you say to people who don't really believe that though? Like who aren't like who are watching this and don't really get it.
What, the toxic mum and dad thing?
No, what we've just spoken about, because people might have just listened up until this point where we're like, it's true. We see women, you know, worship their father and stuff, but we don't see men, and that's what we see. But what about those who don't really
get to see it?
Yeah.
I think there'll be
don't really get what you're asking.
There'll be a point of ground where every male can relate. Wow. So let's say a male that isn't saved, even if he has his father or not, there's gonna be a sense where he's gonna have this like sense of pride, like a prideful manner about himself, and it will always make it harder to.
I think even to like like a dad reading a bedtime story to you, like even just something small like that. I've never got that either. I've never had that. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like we've never had that because they probably never had that. So they didn't know what to do. And vice versa with our mums. Like, your mum, you know, like my auntie, Paris's mum, she's very much a hugger. She's very much a kisser. And she'll tell you, oh, I love you kind of thing. My mum's not really like that. She doesn't really do that, you know. She doesn't do the hugging and the kissing and stuff. However, she will do, like, she'll buy me a nice pair or something. Or so, you know, there's different ways. But maybe because...
Everyone's got a different love language.
Yeah. But my nan, though, their mum, never doesn't really do that either. Unless she does it with me because I do it with her. But this is what I like about us, new generation. No, my nan.
My
Debbie. But this is what I like about us as a new generation, is that we can break these things. Because it took me out of my comfort zone to do that. And now I'm always hugging my nan because I've had to break out of that. Like, it shouldn't be like, that's my grandma. I'm not going to see her one day. I should be knowing that I'm able to hug her and kiss her. And vice versa with my mum, but I'm getting there. It's hard, do you know what I mean?
No, I was just about to say, I was waiting for you to get
I'm getting there. It's hard, it's hard. But, you know, and that's why I do like the fact that as Christians, God, my Father, has shown me, as I know I'm a female. But, and through his love, I know I'm a female and it's easier for me to, you know, show emotion. But through God's love, I've been able to show others love. And it's hard though, because again, even like me in Paris, like we were so much more closer than we are now. But
what happened, Jackie?
Do you think? I feel like that's just because we lived with each other.
No.
Oh, do you mean like back in the day, primary school days? Yeah.
You don't remember?
No, we didn't. But like our mums would always drop us to each other's houses.
Okay.
Yeah. But no,
Nice.
Well, nah, defo think. Sorry, the toxic mum thing.
No, it's true, man.
Nah,
and it's not spoken about.
It's not.
I feel like if we are going to speak about it today, we have to really speak about it and be able to say, do you know what, some really true things that... I'm not saying from our... Like, I'm saying I want us to drop some bombs where people can look at it and think, rah, it's true. Because this is actually a serious matter. There are some women out there who are sickening. And there are males out there, but we know that though.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the reason why this, I think, now I'm getting it, but men can run away. They can bore out seed and that's it. Whereas a woman, she has to carry that for 9 months. And she's not only carrying that for 9 months, she's holding those feelings.
Yeah.
Because when they come out, that's hers now.
Yeah.
So I can treat you any way I want to treat you because I had to carry you for 9 months. And that's how some women think.
That is honestly how some women think.
Like,
I carried you for 9 months. So I own you now.
I own you. I can do what I want with you. And no one can tell me nothing.
Bloody hell.
That movie, I was bawling.
That is a toxic mum.
Monique, what's her last name? Monique what?
I don't know. Who says her last
name? Monique, she's a good actor, boy.
Oh my gosh.
She smashed it.
That is a definition of a toxic mama. Disgusting.
In my eyes, a toxic mama.
She used to make her child fat on purpose.
No, she threw the TV down with the baby in her hand. When she did that, I was bawling my eyes out.
I forgot about that.
She threw the TV down. So she pushed her down the stairs. She dropped with the newborn baby, with the grandson. She's on the floor and she gets
so that she stayed fat and ugly.
She
dashes the TV in there.
She used to force, the dashing the TV down when the baby was in her hand was insane.
That's toxic.
But she used to force her child to eat to stay fat and ugly.
Yeah.
That is. Have you watched the movie?
I have.
Oh.
Like once or twice.
And
I was about to say.
What's the other movie? Is it? I don't know if it's The Colour Purple, but you know them movies, the slave movies where they watch the dad rape the child and the mum's watching. Like, that's toxic.
Or like when the mum turns... It happened in Precious when the mum turns a blind eye. You know what the dad's going upstairs to do.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And then, because that's who she got pregnant for. It's the dad, innit?
The dad.
But this is what people are going through.
No, it's true.
And I'm not saying my life's perfect, because it isn't. But that is nothing
I was
like
about
that.
to say, I feel like those are extreme
extreme
cases.
So wait, let's say our level now, where there's no sense of rape or allowing rape to happen.
It could be...
In my eyes, toxic is where the mum herself doesn't respect her body, and now you're making it seem as a norm for your own daughter or your own child. For me, that's toxic in my head.
I have so much different things, I haven't seen so much different spectrums.
I wouldn't say I've seen it, but it's like...
Because what has made you think that?
I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge, but it's like more in the sense of, let's say like...
I feel like when he sees girls that are hoes, he thinks that their mum has let them raise them like that.
I want to say...
No, that could be an absent dad.
Yeah. For me...
Because they don't know what... They're looking for acceptance.
Is like in terms of... this jars me. Let's say like a guy that's been doing... Like he's on road and the mum knows about it. That, for me, that's a toxic parent. Obviously, there's not much that a mum can do about it.
But that could be down to absent dad, because there's only so much a mum could do to stop her son, you know.
And when that son gets bigger and taller and says, what? And now you don't know
what's the mum going to say?
What are you going to do? Oh, you're trying to hold the door. Don't go out, boy. Son, don't go out.
This is the thing. A mum can't raise a man. And that's a man thing.
And it's leadership, mate.
I know.
She's going to do time to the bed.
Can't make a man. I understand that. But surely... I've got two brothers under my own mum. None of us.
But that's every kid's different.
Every child is different.
I know every child is different, but 3 of us? Surely.
No, not really. Surely.
But just because that's to the roads.
Obviously,
it could be to
there's going to be another era where like we could break out. And
there's going to be another era.
But still, I feel like Still, I feel like there's a sense where a mother can. Come on, where's your import? Where is your because in my head,
I feel like it's difficult to say that, man. Especially in that example where you're giving for a male. Give the example for a female, because for a male, we've just established men need their dads.
Men need their dads,
okay, female, I think it is.
There's so much different things, though. It's not just one thing.
The mum not really respecting herself, because if you don't respect yourself, the door's going to raise up...
But this is what I'm asking you. Where are you getting this from? Because why is it just that one thing for me?
Yeah, you're saying one thing.
That one thing, and like, that's so random. Like, for me, I wouldn't think of that. Like, I wouldn't think, okay, because if your mum doesn't... It's just flinging herself about. Like, I mean...
Yeah, I wouldn't think of that.
I wouldn't think of that. I'm trying to think, who do I...
No, but I'm not saying this is through thing, because this could be through TV shows.
But she's saying, why is it so prominent in your head? Like, what's making...
Right now, that's the only thing I could come up with.
With me, I feel like a toxic mum could be anything. She could be verbally abusive. She could be physically abusive. She could be neglectful. She could neglect her child all the time. Always leaving your child in the house alone.
Yeah.
Always leaving your child to go out alone, even when they're young. Do you get what I mean? It could be a neglect of her responsibilities as a mum. So instead of actually raising your child, you're just letting your child run wild.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So very lazy parenting, similar to what you're saying. Like, I feel like it could be so much.
And that's so, that is a... Because no, that is what I was trying to do. And the thing is,
you are donuts.
She said that is a.
And the thing is, it's hilarious because that's reality. normality.
Literally.
But what it is, at some point, like in life, yeah, to people that's normality. Like it's reality, but it's normal though.
And that's what I grew up thinking. I thought that was normal.
But it's not though.
And then I grew up and I said, oh my days, that's actually not normal. Like when I look back at my life, I'm like, nah. So much things were not normal. Like, I kind of understand why things went, because when I was younger, I didn't really understand why things went the way they went. And then when I look back, I'm like, nah.
That's the thing. And when I like, you know, there are some things that you just, because, and what did it for me was that, what did it for me? I had to go, when I went to visit my other friends, sleepovers or play dates. I'm not saying play dates because you're big girls now, but you know, that's what I mean. Like, you know, go to see your friends, check your friend, sleepovers, and you see how they are with.
Why is she crying?
No, I'm not. My eyes is burning. You know, my eyes are
my eyes are burning. My eyes are burning to your incense.
Yes, the incense. That's what it is, mate.
My eyes are just burning up the place. Honestly.
No, it's nice. It's nice, but
damn.
God, let's take a break.
No, because the noise is too much.
The incense, though, it's too much. But it's when I went to see my friends and I used to see how they lived.
Honestly.
And I used to see how their mums treated them. And I used to see how different, I was thinking, hold on 2 seconds.
Yeah.
How is it, it's just different.
It's so different.
You know,
honestly.
How come, you know.
You're like this.
Yeah, or you don't get spoken to like this, or there's not this, you know, there's more of there was just a different level of
love
or
affection.
No,
I feel like sometimes it's like the mum will you got guests around coming, let me know.
No.
Some mums are like that, the fake mums.
You got the fake mums.
As soon as she comes out, as soon as you leave the yard, tell your friend never to come back.
Exactly.
I bring your dirty friend around my yard.
You don't like her spirit. None of it.
My spirit not take to her. Your friend think no wrong. Them mums like them fake mums.